What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Wolfpack Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm your host, Dylan Clemens. Here with me, as always, are my two co-hosts and two best friends, Michael Plant and Mike Bonney. What's going on, dudes?
What up?
How's it going?
Not much. Beautiful football Sunday. We actually got some football going on today and stuff, guys.
I know, it's always exciting actually watching football. Not just hearing about it, but watching it.
Absolutely. Well, we had some games Friday and Saturday night. You want to jump into some training camp news real quick before we jump into our rankings dispute?
Yeah, there's not much to talk about, but we can get through it quick.
All right, cool. Rookie Zack Wilson shines in his second preseason game, going 9 of 11 for 128 yards and a touchdown. He looked sharp. He was processing everything really well, it looked like, and he was targeting Corey Davis a lot, which it seems like. So, and I've been high on Corey Davis this whole pre-draft season, so that's what I like to see.
Yeah, he's definitely been the cheapest wide receiver one to get in drafts.
Yeah, definitely. How many targets did he get last night?
That I'm not positive on.
I think like 6.
6 out of the 11, yeah, that's pretty good. But jumping over to the Pats now, Josh McDaniels keeps reiterating that Cam is the starter. He did look sharp Friday night. I was watching the game. It was the same thing. He looked like he had some power behind his throws, actually, some velocity and all that. But Mac obviously came in and looked pretty good as well. What do you think, Ike?
I think Cam Newton probably shouldn't be the quarterback for them because it's probably like one game he'll do good. Might as well throw in Mac Jones now.
There was one play, man, where Mac stepped up in the pocket, and navigated, and stepped up and rifled it in between two defenders. And,
yeah, when do you ever see Cam Newton do that?
Yeah, that was just a great throw. LePlay, you got anything to add?
Not much. I just know that Cam's going to come out the gates as the starter because he's got another year in the books of Belichick's offense, and it's just such a tough offense to learn, even if you're.
They're not going anywhere then.
You know what else was a good sign in that game was Damien Harris scoring a touchdown with Cam Newton on the field. So maybe Harris is the goal line back because Cam did say that he doesn't want to be the battering ram that he once was. His body can't handle it anymore, obviously.
Can't forget about.
I think he's going to be good, Stevenson.
Yeah, Ramondre.
Yeah.
Right. I seen that you posted that in the group chat, and then a couple series later, he fumbles.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck?
Never trust what Ike says. He also thought ODB was going to be really good.
He was.
Good way to get in Belichick's doghouse.
Yeah.
But jumping over to the Broncos, who are in another QB competition themselves, Fangio said that he's really close to naming the starter, and it's from what all the beat reporters are saying, it looks like Teddy Bridgewater. Do you guys agree with that, or what do you think?
I think it's the best. Yeah, the best for the team.
If they want to win.
Yeah, if they want to win, he's going to be the most conservative. He's not going to turn the ball over.
Mm-hmm.
It's also better for fantasy purposes, in my opinion, too. We've already seen him
in Carolina
support 3 top 30 wide receivers, and that's obviously what we want to see. And then he's just killed
hopefully
it.
This time the tight end with no fan.
And his 4 drives, he's led the team to a field goal, touchdown. That's pretty awesome. Well, plan anything else to add?
No, I would prefer Teddy Bridgewater as the quarterback. I know last year he supported DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson for 1,000 yards, and then he even sprinkled in some for Curtis Samuel. I mean,
plus Mike Davis.
Yeah, plus Mike Davis, my boy.
We'll get into him a little later, I'm sure, with our rankings.
Yeah, I don't know where I have him on mine. 21, I think.
21.
Jumping to the next thing on our list here is Tua, guys. Were either of you guys haters on Tua, or you fans? Because he's looking better and better. Doesn't even look like the guy that played last season.
I was haters of the pieces they had around him. last year. Not really what he did. He was coming off a brutal injury with that hip injury.
He's actually targeting the wide receivers now, so that's good to see.
Yeah, but
even though a little bit was Gaskin too, he targeted him like 3 times.
It was good to see Gaskin get more of the snaps
Receiving,
for the first teams
and
everything too. Like he got 19 snaps with Tua. I think the next guy was Savin or Ahmed, or however you pronounce his name. He had 13, and then Malcolm Brown, who led the team or the backfield in touches the first week, only had 5 this week. So read into that, however you feel.
Yeah, I mean, last week it was Malcolm Brown with the carries. I wouldn't be surprised if next week.
He still got a lot this week too.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if next week it's Salvin Ahmed.
Yeah, very well could be. Jumping over to the next thing. Unfortunately, we had to talk about a little bit about an injury. CEH went down after I think 4 touches with a ankle sprain. But Coach Andy Reid doesn't think it's too serious. Are you guys worried about it? You dropping him in your rankings at all?
I dropped him slightly.
I mean, I might maybe if I hear more negative news about it, but I mean I heard some positive news about it. He said it wasn't a high ankle sprain, and that's always great news to hear from a running back.
Yeah, that is very good news. Anything else to add?
No, not off the top of my head. If you guys want to hop into the running back disputes, we can.
All right, let's jump into our rankings then. Well, we could have just segued right to it. The first guy on our list here is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He is going right now as ECR running back 14. I'm the highest. I have him at 12. Ike has him at 16. LaPlante has him at 13. Ike, why do you have him down so low?
Well, now it's looking better since he just hurt his ankle. But I don't know. I just think he's not much of a goal line back. He's not going to get the touchdowns that you would like. And he's probably not going to get as much as you would think in the receiving game either. Because they still got Jerick McKinnon, who's actually doing pretty good.
Jared.
He's going to get stuck.
Jared, tired legs, McKinnon. Come on, man.
There's a reason he's there.
I mean, Clyde got like 43% of their carries last year. I mean, and he was injured. He didn't even play, the whole year. I could fully expect he was going to, reach over 200 carries.
Right, so, I mean, and he was on pace for almost 70 targets last year before he got hurt.
So, I mean, any more disputes, Ike?
No, just good luck drafting him that early. I did it last year.
You also got him way earlier than where he's going at 14.
Yeah, true.
I know. Last year he was drafted at a ceiling because of, the news of, what was it, Damien Williams opting out for COVID.
What did he hurt last year? Ankle?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Because if it's ankle, then he's got problems, and that's not good.
I think it was something close to an ankle last season.
Maybe hamstring.
But the other thing I want to touch on really quick is he only had a total of 5 touchdowns last season. You said the only competition, Ike, is Jerick McKinnon, but he's not going to steal the red zone work. That's not him either.
I'm on a podcast, man.
Yeah, that's not ideal either. So I feel like positive regression has come to that. He only also had 1 receiving touchdown. I could really see those 5 touchdowns making their way up to closer.
Right.
To 8.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. It's just the main thing is health. He's in such a high octane offense.
Yeah, it's the highest scoring offense in football.
He could very well end up in double-digit touchdowns. Combining receiving and rushing.
Yeah. I think that pretty much covers it for CEH. Yeah, I'm comfortable taking if you punt on running back and go like wide receiver, tight end, your first 2 or something. I'm okay with CEH as my RB1. I feel like he's the last guy of that tier for me. I don't know about you guys.
I'd rather have Chris Carson, Mixon, Swift, Naji.
I have him ranked right at 13. I think he's very well. He's right on that fringe of RB1. I mean, all it takes is a couple more touchdowns, especially being in that, offense.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Give him a 200 carry threshold with a 70 target. I mean,
agreed. I'm excited for him this season. Jumping to the next guy, Ike's guy, DeAndre Swift. ECR has him at running back 15. Ike's the highest on him. He's got him at 13. LaPlante and I are pretty close. LaPlante has him at 16. I have him at 17. Ike. Shoot it to me, man.
He only played in 36% of snaps last year and still finished as an RB18. Still got tons of targets. Now he gets Jared Goff, who loves throwing to them. He's going to end up like Alvin Kamara with the receiving game at least. It just depends on if he can get into the end zone with this offense.
Mm-hmm.
But
Which he should get at least a few, like 5 to 10. How is that not doable when... I mean, they're going to get down there at least a few times.
You said 5 to 10, but I don't know if he's going to get that many opportunities to score a touchdown with how shit this offense is going to be.
You have to at least get there 10 times in a season.
But I don't see 10 touchdown upside with DeAndre Swift. I really don't.
Maybe
just
not
because the offense.
Combined, I can see.
Especially with Jamal Williams there. They didn't just give him
I'm not scared of him. Don't even mention it. He's an idiot.
Come on, man. We had to talk about free Aaron Jones for years.
And Aaron Jones still ended up as a top 10 running back every time.
He did. And did you guys know Jamal Williams is actually drafted a round earlier than Aaron Jones?
Yes, he was.
It's kind of crazy. LaPlante, what do you got to add?
I mean, if you're banking on him scoring touchdowns, which I know Dylan isn't, but I think he is. I mean, last year with Adrian
I'm banking
Peterson,
on the receiving.
Oh, I mean, just
he'll get 80 to 90 targets, maybe 100.
I mean, if you can bank on that, but I mean, even last year with Adrian Peterson, Swift only got 114 carries, man. That's not that much.
That's what I'm saying, 36%. He's going to get way more this year.
He's saying he'll get more, which he will.
You sure with Jamal Williams? Jamal Williams is better than Adrian Peterson, at least right now in his career. In his career right now.
DeAndre Swift has like one of the best profiles as a running back from college. Why would they not use him?
Well, I mean, a lot of people are good in college.
No shit.
They don't make it in the NFL. Not all of them. I know, it's very vague, but it's true.
I don't want to hear it from you. You didn't give me anything solid.
No, I didn't. Anything else you want to add, LaPlante, before we move on to your guy next?
Nah, I just think if Swift can get the volume in the running game, he's absolutely an RB1 potential. Because he looks like he's trending towards that 80 reception.
The only thing is his groin and concussions, because he did hurt his groin.
Yes, he is having groin issues in camp.
Which he took a full workload the other day. So
did he?
Mm-hmm.
That's good news. But yeah, I'm tending to stay away from him in drafts. I don't have any shares of him. But jumping over to the next guy, LaPlante's the highest on him. That's Naji Harris. ECR has him at 13. Mike has him at 7. I have him at 11, and Ike has him at 15. I kind of split you guys, so I'll pretty much put it to the floor to you guys. You guys can go at it here. LaPlante, I'll let you start.
I mean, we've seen it in the past with the Steelers, Mike Tomlin. He loves his workhorse backs. So if he treats Naji like Le'Veon Bell at all, and if he gets that 80 target, 250 carry season, even in a bad offense. Last year,
it's not even a bad offense.
No, but last year was kind of mediocre. But even if, worst case scenario, bad offense, that's still going to give you enough volume to reach at least the back end of an RB1 season. So I guess I'm hopeful on him by ranking him a little higher.
He looked good in the last game, receiving-wise.
My rankings,
caught 2, I think.
My rankings are more based on if you're a 3-down back. Because that's what's going to give you that, top-tier running back. Like C-Mac, he gets all the work on the ground for the most part and everything in the passing game as long as he's healthy. Dalvin Cook, same thing. I mean, Alvin Kamara is the only exception, really. I mean, he could maybe trend more towards more.
I would love to see him get 1,000 yards.
Oh, it'd be nice to see him get 200 carries. But yeah, that's just the big thing. Even Zeke, when he was on the top of his game, he was getting the receptions and the workload on the ground.
Just his offensive line was way better.
Yeah, I was gonna say Naji's offensive line is pretty poo-poo.
I mean,
all he needs to do is average 3.5 or whatever. He'll make 1,000, so it's possible.
James Robinson's offensive line last year was pretty poo-poo, and
it wasn't as bad as Pittsburgh. I can't even name one guy from Pittsburgh.
And they're so much more run heavier than Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they still have 3 really good wide receivers and tight end Pat Freiermuth, so they're not just gonna get completely.
I mean, they will have to run though, so Big Ben's arm doesn't fall.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I do get that.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to have to play a balanced game if they're going to have any chance at actually making a deep run. Otherwise, they're just going to be another pretend 11-0 team.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Brutal. That they were undefeated for that long last year is just crazy.
Yeah, we can move on if you want.
All right, jump to the next guy. Another one of Michael Plant's dudes, Mike Davis.
That's why I wanted to move on. I want to talk about this guy.
ECR has him at running back 22. LaPlante has him at 18. Ike at 21. I am at 23. Explain yourself, LaPlante.
All right, so
how come you couldn't put him over Dobbins? I thought you liked him.
I like Dobbins' talent. I just don't like Dobbins, surrounding. I mean, he gets a lot of, he's in a very friendly rushing offense.
He needs to get receiving work.
That's friendly to the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Who, Dobbins?
Dobbins, yeah.
Dobbins isn't ever going to get the receiving work, unfortunately.
Don't be stupid.
It's Mark Andrews' receiving work.
It's the fact that Lamar's not ever going to check down to the running back because he's a running quarterback.
That's what makes him a bad quarterback then.
Oh, you're going to make him a bad quarterback because he can go scramble for 15 yards for the first down.
So then he's going to ruin his career even shorter? Take one hit, you're done.
He's slithery,
the safest
though, man.
Throw is to the running back if you're under pressure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree, but the proof is in the pudding, man.
Yeah. Was he target him like 10 times last year combined?
Yeah, that's what for sure. But we kind of went on a tangent here about J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah.
We're talking about Mike Davis. So.
That's fine. I can interrupt your
tangents. Go ahead, Mike Davis.
Our boss at Fantasy Six Pack wanted to comment on how high I had Naji Harris.
I see that.
I love it, Joe.
That's what I'm saying. Man.
You guys want to take any shots at me too?
Why is it so high? What do you expect him to do? Run for 1,500 yards?
Volume. I mean, Josh Jacobs last year wasn't that great, but he still finished as running back 1. I'm not as a running back 1.
Yeah, I think he was like 8.
I'm looking at your rankings right now, LaPlante. I'm kind of baffled you have him over Austin Eckler in PPR. It's a little crazy to me.
That's because I remember seeing. I know it's just training camp news, but I remember seeing a little story about Brandon Staley wanted to use a mix of running backs during the season, and
I'll take Nick Chubb over Naji Harris. Nick Chubb's way better of a runner.
Absolutely, but Kareem Hunt's going to eat into his volume.
Bullshit. Kareem Hunt's a waste.
And Aaron Jones. Wow, man, that's interesting, Mike. But yeah, go on with your Mike Davis talk.
Oh, there's. All right, Mike Davis. Yeah, you distracted me, so now I'm off my game. I got you. I see how it is. All right, so last year Mike Davis showed that he could actually carry the workload. I mean, he didn't break. I mean, he broke. He didn't get injured. Like mainly, he still went out on the field. He just underperformed against some solid defenses. I mean, it happens. I mean, the only reason Jonathan Taylor finished great last year is because he had a butter soft defense.
Same with Dave Montgomery.
Thank you. So it's Mike Davis going into an offense where he's being challenged by Quandre Allison, Cordell Patterson.
Put some respect on Quandre
Allison's
name.
Cordell Patterson.
and an undrafted free agent Javian Hawkins.
Yeah, it's not great.
No, it's not great. So I think Mike Davis,
especially for that offense, Arthur Smith likes to run, and he's got no running backs.
So I think he's going to try and use Mike Davis like a Derrick Henry-esque type, but obviously he's not.
That's sketchy.
Nobody else is Derrick Henry but Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
And but that offense with Matt Ryan and Arthur Smith's efficiency, you see what he did with Ryan Tannehill when he came from Adam Gase's offense in Miami. It's very well possible they could have a very efficient offense, and a very efficient offense leads to a lot of red zone attempts. And like last year, when they got in the red zone, when they had a broken down Todd Gurley, he got pretty much 70% of their rushing touchdowns last year. And that was, nobody wanted that.
And how many? He scored almost 10, right? Almost.
He had 9.
Yeah,
he had 9. And he only had 678 rushing yards.
Yeah.
I think Mike Davis is in better shape than Todd Gurley right now in his career.
I will agree with you there.
Oh, baloney, Ike. Don't give me that.
Todd
Gurley isn't even on a roster.
Todd Gurley is in amazing shape.
The Rams would rather go with Daryl Henderson than go back to Todd Gurley and eat their
I would too. Can't risk that knee blown out.
Unless you guys got any more shots at me for Mike Davis, we can move on to the next guy.
Yeah, all right, you might not be on your game for this one. I'm gonna kind of put you on the spot here.
Go ahead.
So you have Mike Davis at 18, Daryl Henderson at 19. You were the Cam Akers guy. You had Cam in the top 10, right? Close, borderline.
I had him at least a running back. I probably would have put him at the 12, 13 range.
What's the difference? What's the 7-spot difference between Cam Akers and Daryl Henderson in your rankings that you have Mike Davis over him?
Talent and McVay's trust in him.
This Xavier Jones dude or whatever is supposed to be
He looked
solid
shifty.
too.
He looked shifty and very quick yesterday. Was catching balls out of the backfield, and
he would never got that opportunity if Cam Akers went down. So
no, he never. He had the opportunity last year when Cam Akers went down, and he had flashes. But even so, when those flashes happened, when Cam Akers came back from a pretty serious, a broken rib? That's a pretty serious.
I think a couple or something like that.
That's a pretty serious injury, and he came back. Everyone's, on a fast pace, and they still went, and gave the fucking. Sorry for that. Gave the offense.
I swore once already too.
I got hyped up, man. So I don't know if they have. I don't think McVay has the full trust in Daryl Henderson, but if he does, he still, he can do it if he stays.
We also don't know if Henderson can support all that load either, to be honest with you, because when he was the guy the first few weeks of the season, he ended up breaking down and getting injured.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we kind of segued into Daryl Henderson. I actually have him lowest here. I have him at 23. I could both have him at 19, and ECR has him at 20. Kind of like LaPlante said, I'm just not a big fan of his talent. And after seeing Xavier Jones play yesterday, Matt, I know it's preseason and I don't want to get super hyped up, but he might cut into some of the receiving work.
I think he will.
Yeah. If you wait on running back, I'm okay with Daryl Henderson as back of the end RB2. But
yeah. If you can get him as an RB2, but at no chance you should reach on him in the.
I'd rather
early
flex.
rounds.
Yeah, flex, borderline flex. That's why I have him at 23. You guys are the ones who have him at 19. You're comfortable with him as your RB2 from where your rankings are.
Yeah, because that means I'm getting a solid RB1 and probably like a Stephon Diggs or maybe a Devontae Adams in that second round.
For sure. Let's jump into another guy here. More prominent guy, Derrick Henry. I'm the highest on him. I have him at 3. Michael Plant has him at 4. Ike is the lowest. He has him all the way down at 8, and ECR has him at 6. This is all PPR, by the way, guys. Ike, what's going on, man? Why do you have him all the way down at 8? Is this the year where he finally breaks down? Is that what you're...
Did you see what he had to do to be a top 5 running back?
Over 300 carries, right?
2,000 plus yards. No chance he repeats that.
There's an extra game.
I don't care.
I don't care.
Good luck repeating 2,000 twice. And with all these running backs that are in the passing game too, I don't see how he can be higher than Saquon Barkley or Kamara or any of them.
I'm going to be honest. I should probably drop him down in my rankings. Tennessee's defense is bad. They might be losing a bit more than
They got Julio
were
now
in the
too.
past. Yeah.
They got rid of Arthur Smith.
New offensive coordinator might want to throw him. I probably need to lower him down in my rankings, but I like him.
I don't know if you can go to 8, but
I'm
at least
at
a
no
little
chance
bit, right?
I'm going to 8. The problem is why I have him ahead of Kamara. I don't really trust Kamara right now, especially if Taysom Hill is the quarterback. Man,
I get that.
Like I said about Lamar Jackson and J.K. Dobbins. Taysom Hill is another guy who's not going to be checking down a lot because he's scrambling, running with the ball.
I want it to be Winston because he will throw to Kamara all the time.
That competition's up in the air. I feel like Sean Payton isn't saying a whole lot.
He might just switch him off.
Yeah, he might, which
might treat it like a Drew Brees, situation, but a little less of Drew Brees with Taysom Hill, last year.
But then you really can't. That's a shame because then you can't roster either of those quarterbacks.
No, absolutely not.
Which sucks too because we've seen Jameis be a top 5 fantasy quarterback, and we've also seen Taysom Hill be a top 12 fantasy quarterback when he was in because of his rushing floor. But yeah, we went off on a little bit of a tangent again there. But LaPlante, you got anything to add about Derrick Henry? You're kind of in line with him with ECR.
Yeah, I just feel he's boring now because he
Why would you want Henry over Chubb?
He's gonna get more workload.
Yeah, he's gonna get more.
What makes
he's gonna get more touches. Well, as long as he stays healthy. He stays healthy.
Last time Chubb was fully healthy, he had like 298 carries, almost 300.
I love Nick Chubb.
Derrick Henry got over 300.
I love
400.
Do you really think he can do that again?
That's what I'm saying. Barring health.
Plus, with Arthur Smith gone, there's no chance.
Barring health, yes, he's going to do it.
No.
Like, do you by chance remember that chat or that stat that Fabiano said at the Fantasy Football Expo in Canton last weekend? Or
it's like they get 90 plus less fantasy points like
after
3 to 500. Yeah, 3 to 500 yards less.
Yeah, after a 2,000-yard season. So it's definitely not looking good for Derrick Henry.
It's a lot.
He can still get the workload, though.
Take away 100 points from him. Take away 100 fantasy points from him. Where is he?
Let me go look.
Okay. Plus, with no receiving game, if he gets less yards, it's a wrap.
Let me come in here.
You have 333. You'd have 233. Yeah, I mean,
That's a big drop.
That is a big drop, but that's 100 points.
I know.
Let me segue into something else here.
Derrick Henry is an animal. He is not a human. He's not from this earth.
See.
I'm looking at your rankings right now. What gives you the utmost confidence in Saquon Barkley to be your running back 5 who's coming off an injury, and you have Derrick Henry all the way to 8? You're not worried about Saquon's workload coming into the season. You're not worried about his injury history or anything.
Oh, yeah, of course you got to be worried about it, but you have to know that he's probably one of the most talented running backs, and he's going to get receiving and rushing.
Sure, and just to go through, ECR has Barclay at 8. I have him at 8. Ike has him at 5, and the plant has him at 6.
Yeah.
Again, he just needs to stay healthy. If he can, he could easily be the first the running back 1.
When he's healthy, he's the most athletic running back in the league, bar to none. Sorry,
but Giants line isn't great.
Doesn't matter. When he got drafted, the Giants line was poo, and he still finished as RB1.
What worries me the most. Hold on, I lost my train of thought. It's really, they've pretty much already come out and said that he's not going to have a full workload right away.
At least the first few weeks.
Yes. And Saquon hasn't always been the most efficient running back. I think we can agree on that. He's kind of, I don't want to call him big play dependent, but he's kind of a guy who will average 2.5 yards per carry, 3 yards per carry throughout the game, and then bust a 50, 60-yard touchdown.
Oh, I've seen that happen.
That I'm nervous that that's not going to happen as much as we saw in the past. That's what scares me off of Saquon.
We'll see with his injury, his ACL, and his all that.
All right. That's probably enough talk about it. The for sure solid RB1. Somebody commented wanted to rate his 12-team PPR, so I want to give you just a 10-second rant or comment about his team. He's got Aaron Rodgers, AJ Brown, Julio Jones, CMC, Josh Jacobs, Kittle, Robinson. What do you guys think?
Which route is that? I'm assuming that's James Robinson, right?
No, Allen Robinson, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Come on, you're gonna associate James Robinson over the better Allen Robinson? What kind of fool are you?
I mean, that team's.
It's
really
impressive that he got the 3 wide receivers like that. I'm not the biggest fan of stacking AJ Brown and Julio.
Yeah.
Because then you're hoping for them both to get like the number 1 alpha target, and that's gonna be hard for both of them on the same team.
I give it a B+.
Oh wow! I guess I was wrong. It was James Robinson.
Ha! Told you, man. I know my shit. I mean, stuff.
Sorry, JB. We just kind of thought, you were stacking those wide receivers.
I like James Robinson this year. I think he'll be fine. So I don't mind you picking him.
Yeah, if they get in the red zone, which I think they might, a couple of times with Trevor Lawrence, he's probably going to get
only a couple.
Who gets more touchdowns, James Robinson or DeAndre Swift?
DeAndre Swift. That's just gut feeling.
Gut feeling. That's what you call it, huh? Not, biased.
Gotta stroke my ego.
All right, we should probably move on to our next guy, though, and I'll let you know that I'm not the biggest fan of this guy. Antonio Gibson. Dylan's got him ranked at 9. Ike's got him ranked at 9 too. You guys are buddies, that's cool. And then I got him at 15.
Why?
Well, let me tell you, ECR has him at 11, so at least you guys aren't pals with them.
I mean, they're closer to us than they are to you, asshole.
You know what? They got to make a living making hot takes too.
Well, let's hear it, Matt. Why are you hating on Antonio Gibson? Because there is so much love in the fantasy football community for this guy.
They're literally saying he might be the next C-Mac.
I don't love him that much, but I'm completely 100% okay with having him as my RB1. But you're telling me you're not. So I really want to hear your take here. And you better bring it to me, man.
All right, you're telling me everybody's saying he's the next C-Mac? How many times have we been hearing, he's the next Kamara?
That's just because Ron Rivera said that. Like,
exactly.
He compared him to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's all talk. It's all
least.
talk until it happens. All the guys I have ahead of Antonio Gibson. Chris Carson. If he stays healthy, full workload. Clyde Edwards-Helaire stays healthy, full workload. Joe Mixon stays healthy, full workload. Even Jonathan Taylor, I think he will get a more.
He's not going to have the full workload. Don't tell me that.
More of a workload than Antonio Gibson.
Do you not think Antonio Gibson's going to get the receiving?
McKissic got 80 targets last year.
That does worry
Gibson
me.
was a rookie.
He's still on the team.
I know. They could put him in the slot.
Yeah, they're not going to. That's what they're going to do with Curtis Samuel, Diami Brown.
I don't know. I just think you're wasting. You're wasting talent because Antonio Gibson was a receiver in college. So why wouldn't you want to use him as a running back wide receiver?
So was Josh Jacobs. Telling John Gruden that
he wasn't a wide receiver in college though. He was still a running back. Gibson was legit a wide receiver.
They need to use Gibson more in the passing game.
Plus the talk of Jared Patterson. He's shown flashes.
That's reasonable, I guess.
But unfortunately, I can't disagree with LaPlante about the targets because Antonio Gibson's still not getting the third down work right now in preseason. Once again, it's only preseason. He still could in the regular season, man. He still
I take that back. McKissic had 110 targets last year.
You got to cut that out a little bit. Fitzy's not going to be checking down to McKissick
Right.
double-digit times like Alex Smith did last season. Who
I'll cut it down, but I got to see it to believe it first.
Okay, that's fair enough. I'm sorry. I think your opinion's wrong.
How many times have you said that and you've been wrong?
Never.
Lies. Egos.
But you guys ready to jump over to quarterbacks or what?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. This one's not too
Is
crazy.
Ike ready? Because he's got the ones that I really want to talk about here.
What? What'd I do different?
Oh, well, this first guy's all you, LaPlante. Kyler Murray, I have him at 4. Ike has him at 3. You have him at 2. ECR has him at 3. Why? What in the world makes you have Kyler over Josh Allen?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
Rushing.
The fact that he was over Josh Allen last year before he got injured.
Okay.
He was on pace to be the number 1 quarterback, and then he had that injury, and I can't remember what game, but he obviously cut back on his rushing attempts. But I mean, they added James Conner to the fold. He has health concerns. I hope he has a good year, but he's had health concerns, And then you have Chase Edmonds. He's not really that great on the red zone.
He completely is 0 in the red zone. James Conner is pretty efficient in the red zone, then. Might take some of those.
But Kyler Murray's kind of like that Lamar Jackson type, and he wants to run in and get his own touchdowns on the ground.
Yeah.
But what makes you think Josh Allen isn't going to regress back to the mean and not have a career year where he jumped 12% in completion rating and also dropped 37 touchdowns?
I think that's the completion percentage was probably closer to his norm. The way that offense runs, I actually just watched that offense pick apart the Bears with Mitch Trubisky yesterday.
It's actually a solid game plan and all that.
The quick, decisive throws that they were doing, and it's the same thing they do with Josh Allen, man. So I like that. I thought you were going to say something about him regressing to the mean with his rushing touchdowns. I don't think that's going to happen.
No, I don't think that will either, because for some reason he's solid 8 every year.
Yeah, sure. And he's going to lead the team in rushing touchdowns every year. I think that's just going to be what it is.
It's his yards, because Kyler Murray doubles his yards. Josh Allen's it's rushing yards. He just doesn't – like last year, Kyler Murray had 819, and Josh Allen had 421.
Sure.
If Kyler can do 1,000
and he got injured. He got injured, yeah. So why do you guys think
I don't blame him. I don't blame you for putting him 2.
I just think you guys are playing the safe.
I came at you a little hard.
Yeah, you guys are playing the safe route. You guys are playing the safe route.
That's not the safe route. No, I disagree. I think you could put Josh Allen as the number 1 quarterback, to be honest.
Over Mahomes, huh?
I honestly think any of those 4 can be number 1. Lamar, Kyler, Josh Allen, or Mahomes.
Potential. They absolutely have the potential.
Russell, I don't think so. Rodgers, no. But it's those 4 that can be number 1.
So, I mean, that's enough talk about a top-tier guy. Why don't we move on to what Ike was talking about, A-Rod, since he's not going to, get that top QB finish. He's obviously going to have a QB1 finish, and, Dylan doesn't really think he's going to have that great of a QB1 finish. He's got him ranked at 8 when me and Ike got him ranked at 6. ECR has him at 7, split between us.
It's as simple as this. It's as simple as this. Is his touchdown rate was double what it was in his career for his total in his career. That's really it. It's going to regress, guys.
He'd have to put up 45 touchdowns again for it.
I don't know how many times I was watching.
How many seasons has he had 40 touchdowns, though?
Probably a handful.
Yeah.
So
I think.
I mean, it's funny. I remember hearing something that about like the NFL's average for touchdown rate is like 4.5 for a quarterback. I think Aaron Rodgers is hovering around 6 in his career. So it's absolutely possible for him to repeat this season again, especially being into a 3rd season into LaFleur's offense. And,
plus he's on a revenge tour.
Yeah, a lot of people thinking this is the Last Dance tour.
It is. That's it,
Yeah.
man.
I'm a Packer
He's
fan.
out of there.
I'm a Packer fan, and I think he's on his last dance tour.
Yeah. But yeah, he's not. I just felt like I watched Aaron Rodgers throw so many 2-yard touchdowns to Devontae Adams last year, and I just don't see that happening again. Especially when you have
AJ
Dillon at the goal line. How fucking efficient. Sorry for cursing. How efficient Aaron Jones.
Oh, we can
Aaron
curse.
Jones.
We can curse, guys.
How efficient Aaron Jones was in the red zone with his touchdowns the last few years. Like Aaron Jones has gone 8 and then 16 touchdowns and then 9 last year. So you could be looking at another double-digit touchdowns for him.
I just think it's going to be a major loss for Aaron Jones losing Corey Lindsey. I mean, it's such a loss in the running game for a running back losing your center, especially that he's an All-Pro.
I agree.
Oh shit!
Are you who is the Packers starting center now? Because I've heard a lot of good things.
I want to say it was
fans
Elton
around.
Jenkins they were moving there.
That Packer fans were okay with losing Lindsley because they said when whoever this center is jumped in and played. That
it was the one from Ohio State, Josh Meyer, I believe.
I feel like you should know this.
No, they irritate me.
Yeah, I don't blame you there.
I mean, did you guys pay attention to that wide receiver who scored that awesome helmet touchdown in preseason game yesterday?
You talking about the guy from the Bears?
Yeah.
Rodney Adams?
Oh wow, Dylan actually no. All right, touche. Is it because I tweeted it out in our group?
I was watching it live. That was such a crazy. That good thing he did that, or there would have been no reason. Sorry, I'm gonna go on a tangent now. Good thing he did that, or there would have been no reason you could tell me why Andy Dalton's gonna be the Bears starting quarterback week 1. The offense looked.
That hit against Justin Fields tells me otherwise.
That's because Justin Fields shouldn't be playing behind, or shouldn't be. Play quarterback behind third string offensive lineman. That's what happens. You get killed. But
that's all right. Why don't we move on to our next guy?
Yeah, let's do that because my phone is dying, boys.
That's all right. We'll make it quick because this guy doesn't have much to talk about it because he is coming back from a brutal injury. But Dak Prescott. Ike, you're going to have to do most of the talking because you got him ranked the lowest at 8 in our rankings.
Holy shit, you guys are at 5.
And
I don't know if he's going to run as much now. Is he going to do the running?
No, he ain't going to run as much.
Because he usually got like 6 to 8 rushing touchdowns, which always helped his fantasy. I don't know if he'll be able to do that this year. But he's got the rushing weapons, though, man.
Yeah, he's got the weapons. The defense really isn't that much improved.
And I think CeeDee Lamb's going to be top 10, so obviously Dak's got to be good.
Offensive line is back and healthy. I'm liking Dak. Are you it's pretty much you're worried about his rushing floor.
Yes, yeah. Because Justin, I guess I probably could have put him over Aaron Rodgers because he's. But I think Justin Herbert will be better than him.
Over Aaron Rodgers.
I think Justin Herbert will be better than him. Same with Russell, obviously.
Yeah, no, we had to give you a little shit there. But we can move on to our next guy because this one I'm going to give you even more crap for.
Yeah, this is like two, man. Ben? What's going on? It is. Matter of fact, it is Big Ben.
Are you a Steelers fan, like a closet Steelers fan that we don't know about?
They have 3 wide receivers in the top 30. How?
All right.
That doesn't make any sense. So if there's 3 wide receivers in the top 30, how is Big Ben 20-5?
Just to clarify your rationale. But
let me ask you this.
Wait, no, just to clarify, Ike's got him ranked at 15, and then Dylan's got him at 23. I got him at 22, and then the ECR has him at 20. So you got him 5 spots higher than ECR. Go ahead.
How could Teddy Bridgewater support 3 top 30 receivers last season and still be a back-end quarterback too? That's how, my man. That's how.
Big Ben has maybe finished twice under top 20 quarterback, all right?
Dude, that one made my day.
He doesn't have a rushing floor. I'm sorry.
You're telling me Big Ben isn't going to run. That old man, huh?
Yeah, matter of fact, that's what I'm telling you. Yeah,
that's why they drafted Naji Harris in the first round, man.
And that goes back to LaPlante, do you have up how many attempts Big Ben had last season? I'm curious because I think that's going to go
plus.
That's going to go down. I feel like
608.
608.
That's good. That's going to go down with Naji Harris coming.
Absolutely. James Conner only had 169 attempts last year, and then Benny Snell had 111.
So that's 270-ish carries. You're looking at
280, but yep.
You're looking at Najee be around 300.
Yep.
Extra game, all that.
Plus, he's going to eat that receiving game a little bit. You've seen it already. I mean, what are these three receivers that had over 100 targets in Juju, Giante, Claypool?
Claypool is the one I don't like.
Yeah, they're not going to have over 100 targets because Najee's going to eat into that.
I get it. But if they do, he's got to be up there. There's no chance he can support three of them and be the quarterback 25.
You think this is Big Ben from 2010 when he took the Packers to the Super Bowl?
No. It's Big Ben and pretty much from last year.
He only finished with 267 points last year. No, thank you.
You suck.
Plan, take us to our next guy, my dude.
All right. Well,
Ryan Fitzpatrick. Why do you have Ryan Fitzpatrick over him then?
Fitzy's gonna have a good year, man.
He's got McLaurin, Curtis Samuel.
He's got weapons too.
He's got your boy Antonio Gibson.
To throw it too.
One status.
Shit, you even have Carson Wentz over him.
He's even got a great offensive line. He's got a great offensive line. You're shitting on Big Ben for his offensive line.
Carson Wentz over Big Ben, and Carson Wentz might not even play in the first few weeks.
That's the thing. If he does play, he's going to do better.
Oh, what makes you say that?
I don't know. The report's saying he's going to play now?
No, that Carson Wentz is going to be good.
Good call. I can't remember. Because he showed potential at quarterback one before. I mean, he was on MVP
3 years ago.
Yeah, he was. And you know who he was with? Frank Reich.
Fair.
Michael Plant, let me switch to this. This wasn't out in the sheet, but I'm adding it in anyways.
All right, go ahead. Shoot.
Why do you have Sam Darnold ranked 18th?
I wasn't this on the sheet. I feel like I purposely did this so it would be on the sheet.
It's not. I don't see it on the sheet. But anyways, I have Darnold ranked 25th. Ike has him 24th. You have him all the way up to 18. Explain yourself, fool.
Yeah, and I thought my Big Ben was bad at 15. You have Sam Darnold at 18. When has he ever done anything like that?
Never under Adam Gase, I'll tell you that. But I mean, Teddy Bridgewater got 492 attempts last year. They traded a second-round pick for Sam Darnold. I mean, before that year, I want to say, what was it? It was Teddy. No, who was the quarterback last year for Carolina before Teddy?
It was Teddy all year.
Yeah, it was
Teddy and then PJ Walker at the end.
Cam before
he had over 500 attempts. So when they got a quarterback they like, they're gonna throw the ball. They got the weapons in DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson. They each got over 100 targets, and Curtis Samuel had 97 last year. So that could easily slide in Terrace Marshall into that spot. Then you're gonna get a healthy Christian McCaffrey. I mean, if Christian McCaffrey is gonna be an RB1. Look at what that did for Kirk Cousins last year. I mean, even though he had Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook had a great year, and that's because Kirk Cousins, he's got to hand the ball off to the guy. He's got to dump the ball off to the guy. Sam Darnold could easily get, 8 freebie touchdowns from Christian McCaffrey. DJ Moore's regression to the mean, positive regression for touchdowns this year.
I'm looking at where Teddy finished last year. He finished as quarterback 19.
And where do I have Darnold?
18. But where you have him though, you're drafting him at his floor then. Is what it is.
I'll take that. I'll take him at a floor every time.
I wouldn't hate having him.
It is potential. Don't get me wrong, because everybody is assuming it's Adam Gase that did this to him. He could just be very well bad at quarterback. The same quarterback draft class had Josh Rosen, and he just got cut from the 49ers.
You need to swap him with Tua Tagovailoa, though. You got to swap that shit.
I like the weapons with Sam Darnold a little bit better. I don't see any signs that Tua's going to up his rushing game.
And Sam healthy on that hip.
You're right. But I got to see it to believe it. Even in the preseason, I don't see him running that much. But Sam Darnold's at least shown that he will run the ball a little bit. More than Tua.
He's just also shown that he can't stop turning the ball over.
He's got Joe Brady this year. Look what he did with Teddy Bridgewater.
That'll help.
Teddy Bridgewater only had, he did have 11 interceptions last year.
Throw in another thing. Terrence Marshall, guys, late round player. He's looked really good as that big slot receiver. So that's someone to keep an eye on later in your drafts because he's very, very solid.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. That pretty much wraps it up, I think, LaPlante. You got anything else to add?
I mean, we could just lightly brief over Justin Fields if you want to, like.
I need to fit. That's just a blunder in my rankings. I feel like Justin Fields is going to be the starter probably by week 4. So I need to move him up in my rankings.
I think he'll be, once he becomes a starter, he's going to be unstoppable.
Yeah, I don't even have him.
Good, man.
I don't even have him in our top 25 right now, but that's just because he's not the starter yet. I don't have anybody in my top 25 who's not starting. LaPlante, you have him at 21, right?
No, that's Ike me. That has him at 21. 22. I don't have him in the 25.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think he'll be starting, and he's gonna have the rushing. He's gonna have the passing. It's gonna be. I'm excited.
I'm
so excited.
Man. He looks like he has it.
He looks like the stature of Cam, but he moves kind of like Russell Wilson a little bit. It's cool. I like it.
Yeah. It just worried me when he got his helmet and his man knocked off his head
Preseason game.
And then Sean McDermott saying he led with his shoulder. That was a helmet right to Justin Fields' face.
I was so pissed.
Yeah, that was not good. But I think that wraps it up, LaPlante. You cool with that?
Yeah, I'm pretty good on that one. We'll come back next week with our disputes on our wide receivers and our tight ends. I'm sure there's going to be a lot there.
Oh, yeah.
As always, please like and subscribe the podcast and the Fantasy Six Pack YouTube channel. We appreciate all that. It sounds like I'll have a surprise for you guys next week. We're going to be giving something away. We'll announce it on Twitter later this week, but we're going to be doing another giveaway because we already did a DJ Moore mini helmet. It's another mini helmet, but we'll do a giveaway next week.
Yeah, we had a really happy fan who loved that DJ Moore helmet when it arrived.
Yep. But if you could, please give me a follow on Twitter at dclemens2222. I can tell them where they can.
You can follow me at Ike2121.
And then you can follow me at @belike_Mike with 2 eyes.
And all our fantasy football content is you can find it at fantasy6pack.net. I think that does it. Thanks, everybody.
Deuces.
Have a good week.
Bye, guys.